Welcome to Piledriver Rasslin. I'm your host, Nick Stewart. I'm here with KB today, and we are ready to talk some wrestling. How about you, KB?
I'm ready to dig into it, Nick. What we got on the lineup today?
Man, we have a whole bunch of stuff today, but I want everybody to stay to the end because this is Valentine's week, and we got some special tips for our fellow wrestlers to show your women some romance.
That's right.
I mean, we've both been married. I'm almost 20 years, and you're almost 25 years.
Oh yeah, 25 in
So,
July.
so we should know something about a little romance.
That's right. That's right.
Right. So just stay to the end. We're going to help y'all fellas out. But first off, we're going to start off with a little AEW review from Dynamite. I'm going to let you have at it, KB.
Hey, I love, when they say it's Wednesday night, and you know what that means? It's fight night, and welcome to AEW. I love it, man. AEW is actually getting a whole lot better with their storylines. They're coming back into, back into the fold is what I should say, I love what they're doing. I love what, even the matches that they're putting together. It's making sense now. Like, why are these two guys fighting? So you got some great matches coming up, Nick. You got, the Hurt Syndicate, and I think Cedric Alexander got let go from the WWE. He'll be joining them soon. I'm telling you, I can see the writing on the wall. Hurt Syndicate, is doing great, work over there. And they fight the Guns this week, which will be a fantastic, fantastic showing. So I'm looking forward to that. Of course, the Hurt Syndicate, they're going strong. So I don't see the Guns actually winning that. Then you got, the match that with Max Caster. He has an open challenge. So I'm curious who's going to come walking through that door. It's got to be somebody pretty big because you're going into, you're going into their pay-per-view, this Saturday, in Australia. It's going to be a great, time. I think the great storylines will come out of it, but I'm really looking forward to, seeing maybe a possibility Baron Corbin. Maybe he shows up, the Lone Wolf. I don't know, but it's just
Bishop
interesting.
Corbin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's going on the independent scene right now. Bishop Corbin.
Bishop, huh?
Yeah.
All
Bishop.
right, yeah. So, curious to see who comes through that, his open challenge. But the match that I'm most curious to watch is Dustin Rhodes and MJF. Man, that was a promo last week. I mean, it was like, oh my gosh, sign me up. I'm ready to watch, So that's going to be the main event. And I think that's going to be a great, great match. I see, MJF coming out on top somehow, probably cheating again. But I see that MJF's probably going to. It would be nice to see Jeff Jarrett get involved and give MJF, a guitar upside the head and help Dustin out. But we'll see how that goes.
That's a good possibility there.
Yeah, and I think it is a Texas, death match or something, that they're having. I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but again, everything's going towards, Australia. Harley versus CEO. They just announced that. So, I mean, she's a funny character, man. She was out there singing, this past Saturday at Collision.
The puppet.
Yeah.
I love that puppet.
Yeah. So she was actually giving a concert, and CEO was giving it to her, and so it's great entertainment, man. It's good to see that they're kind of getting back in their rhythm, and I'm here for it, man.
Yes.
I don't think they should try to compete with WWE. I think they should just
they need to be their own. Yeah.
Yes, just be your own. Just create what you've created at AEW, and what they're doing right now is definitely got my interest up. We still don't know what Moxley's doing, but we'll have to stay tuned.
Exactly. And before we go to the next subject, if y'all don't mind, if you're liking this content, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. We would very much appreciate it.
Hey,
All right.
one last thing that I'll say on AEW, Nick, real quick is somebody sent me false information and said that Britt Baker was back. So don't shoot no hate on me. You know, somebody sent me that, video. It's their fault, not mine, okay? It was false information. I should have fact checked it.
All right, we're going to kind of review a little bit of SmackDown from this past Friday night. What do you think about Drew going to the Elimination Chamber? And how about his little beef with LA Knight?
Yeah, I mean, I'm here for it. I think Drew, big power for Drew. Especially you pulled him in on SmackDown for a reason. I think he deserves to be in. He always puts up a great show in events like that, whether it be a steel cage match, Hell in a Cell, whatever. Drew's your guy. He's a showmanship,
Yep.
and they're real live beef there, man. It's real heat. I'm reading all the reports backstage, and they do not care for one another whatsoever. So hey, let them fight. Let's really get into it. Let's have old Donnybrook, man. Let's get into it. But I think having McIntyre on SmackDown actually helps with the ratings and stuff, and I'm here for it. I like that he wins because again, Drew can put on a show.
Yes,
And
yes.
he can last. And he's been in the chamber for years, and he can do it. Especially Logan Paul will probably be in the chamber as well, I would imagine.
Yep.
So again,
Yeah, he won Monday night. So.
yeah. So I mean, again, you got great people, that's going to be in that match, and I think he's one of those ones that can last and put on a great show.
Yep. All right, we got. What did you think about Solo showing up?
That kind of shocked me, and I'm curious to see where this goes. To bring him back, is the Roman a work, or is it, is he really injured? Is that why Solo had to come back? He's no longer head of the table, so is he with the new bloodline? Or I know they've gotten rid of that name, but are they going to kind of join their own faction, or make their own kind of? I don't know where they're going with that, but I'm curious to see where it goes for sure. What are your thoughts on it? What are your takes on it?
My opinion. I don't have any credible information on this. This is just my opinion, probably just the way I want to see it go. I think in Roman is bringing back the bloodline, which it might have Jimmy in it, which I'm thinking is not. I think Jimmy's going to be doing his solo thing, but he's going to need some backup. And Roman, he elevates everybody that works with him. And I'm thinking Solo, I'm thinking Roman's going to come back as a heel. I mean, he's going to turn back heel. You already see his tendencies to go heelish. And he has Paul Heyman there right next to him. I mean, Paul is not a good guy, So I'm thinking Roman's coming back and Solo's going to be part of that group with Jacob and Tama Tonga and his brother whenever he heals up. And that's the way I'm thinking the story's going.
Yeah, and I like that. I mean, again, Jimmy and Jay and all them are, Sammy, everybody of the, the OTC.
Yeah.
And if you notice, they don't even say OTC anymore. It's YTC, your tribal chief.
Yeah.
Which goes back to acknowledge me, kind of era.
Mm-hmm.
For him to help those guys out and pull them up. I mean, that's just the way that I kind of see it too. Like, you've got to bring Solo in, because remember, go back to when he said, when he came back, he told, he made a promise to his dad that he could fix it.
Yep.
He could fix this mess, so I think he's going to fix it at some point. You know,
Yep.
whether he fights The Rock or whoever. You know, I don't know, but it's again, it's great entertainment. You know, I
Yes.
love it. I'm here for it. I'm glad to see Solo back. You know, curious to see
Yep.
where it's going to go, but hey, I'm loving it, man. The
Yeah.
bloodline just keeps knowing how to write those stories, baby. They know how to do it.
They do. They do. All right. Let's talk about last night's Monday Night Raw. Jay
What?
picks Gunther.
Yeah, you can smell this one a mile away, right?
Yes.
You know, you knew Jay was going to pick, you know, Gunther, and I tell you, you know, I think that's going to be a great match. I see Jay winning, you know, putting the gold on him, and
Yeah.
he's the hottest thing going right now. I know he
Oh,
forgot his lines, you know, where he was at, you know, but he'll get there, he'll get better,
oh yeah.
and we'll see the best out of Jay for sure.
Right. I did appreciate Gunther coming out there and stopping the 30-minute eating. The eating's going a little too long, but you know that's only going to happen just a little bit longer after he wins that title. You know, it'll be a couple weeks after that, and it'll slow down a little bit. But
Yeah, I think the eating is definitely, you know, it gets the best of Jay sometimes because
yeah,
again, you're doing it so much. If you do it for 5 minutes, even
yeah,
you
that's a
got a
workout.
tendency, right? Yeah, well, not just that, but you got a tendency of, hey, what was I supposed to talk about?
Yep.
And I think that's what happened this past, you know, not this Raw, but you know, 2 Raws ago,
Right.
you know, and even SmackDown kind of getting emotional a little bit, but
Yep.
again, you know, Jay's never been at this level. So
No.
for him to be at the spotlight he's in, it's a
Yeah,
lot
I'm
of
happy for
pressure.
him.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
So I am too, man. Let him
Yeah.
let him yeet away.
Let him
Okay?
eat. Let
Yeah,
him
let
eat.
him yeet. Maybe
Yeah.
we should make up a shirt that says "Let him yeet."
Let me, yeah, man. Mandy's she's a big Jay fan, and every time he comes out there, she starts eating. So I can't complain too much.
Yeah. I mean, even when the Usos were together, Jimmy and Jay, you know, tag
Yeah.
team, man, I love them. You know, whether they were the heel, whether they were the good guys, you
Yep.
know, I've always liked the Usos, and you know, and again, they've elevated themselves to where
Yes.
they're at, and
Elevated themselves. Their looks change every 3 or 4 years. As it fascinates me how they were able to just change just their looks, their outfits, and just the whole shebang there. Then change personalities, and it's I'm a big fan of the Usos.
oh yeah, no
You know,
doubt,
I call my dog Maverick. I call him the honorary Uso.
that's right. Throw up them ones.
Is Finn Balor about to be kicked out of Judgment Day? Because he's been smarting out all of them, acting like he's the leader. And if you remember, Judgment Day is not supposed to have a leader. What do you
Yeah,
think?
yeah, I think that's all gonna, you know, it's gonna come down to it, you know, for sure. You know, I don't see it any other way. You can again, you can kind of see this from a mile away. They've been going back and forth and back and forth, and you know, so that's what's going to be interesting to see how this storyline unfolds at Mania. I think he faces somebody of the Judgment Day, you know, and I tell you, you might see him and Priest even team up, you know, and you never know. I mean, stranger things have happened in WWE, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you know, I think eventually he's running his mouth too much. They're kind of getting, you know, agitated, you know, with him, and yeah, I see them being like, all right, we've had enough of this, you know, and giving him the, you know, the beat down.
Well, I'm thinking they're going to be bringing in a new character or somebody to join Judgment Day because Finn's like, no, we're not bringing anybody new, and Dom's like, yeah, we need somebody. So I'm thinking somebody's coming in, and that's gonna
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to make him mad, and
Yeah,
and then the guy just does whatever, whoever it is,
yeah.
But again, I think it's going to be, especially with JD being out,
Hmm.
you got to bring somebody in
Yes.
if you're going to have a storyline for WrestleMania for the Judgment Day at least.
Yeah, I agree with you. Okay. CM Punk had a real good promo right for that Logan Paul match last night.
Yeah, I mean, taking shots at your boy Cena, who we still can't see, but yeah, so Cena is Cena's in the crosshair. Everybody wants Cena at WrestleMania, right? So
Yeah.
I think what more do you get yourself? I think CM Punk's angle is let me just poke the bear everywhere in hopes that I'm going to get that spot at the main event, right? I think
Right.
that's his
Right.
whole ammunition. It's me against the world, and I'm going to poke as many people as I can, including Hulkamaniac, when he said
Yeah.
he'd throw his dusty self over the top rope, I mean,
Yeah.
he's taking shots at everybody, man. He's like, hey, I don't care. I'll do whatever it takes to get there. And I think that's what his ammo is. He's just I don't care if it's Cena. I don't care if it's, you know, whoever. Triple H, he'll fight anybody. Kevin Owens, doesn't matter. He's going to make sure that he's in that main event.
Yeah. You know, me just where I'm thinking that story's going. Cena's going to win Elimination Chamber, in my opinion, and he's going to be going to WrestleMania because it's his last ride. They're gonna do it up for him this year. But I'm thinking Punk is going to call in that favor with Paul, and Paul's going to get him into that final, into that WrestleMania match with Cody, Cena, and I think, I mean, they go different ways on who wins that match. I think they're going to be protecting Cody. They don't want Cody to look weak, or they don't want him to get pinned, and look weak. Because they done built him up so big,
Right.
they're going to protect him. So, Cody could lose that title, but still look strong and not get pinned. So I'm thinking Punk's going to get in there somehow. He's going to win that title at Mania. That's just my personal opinion. And, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you. I think that some way or another, whether it's, Cena wins or whoever wins, you know, Punk's going to find a way to get in those matches. He's going to find a way to call in that favor. We know what the favor is, and that's what's going to happen. He's going to be at the main event of WrestleMania this year, and I would be shocked if they waited till next year to call in that favor. I don't think you wait that long to get him in there. I think I think he's not going to win. This coming elimination chamber, like you said, but he's going to call in that favor, no matter who wins the elimination chamber. And then hey, here's a curve that you could do. You could actually have him, Jay, and Gunther as a triple threat as well. So, just a swerve. Hey,
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
yeah. So again, not saying that it will happen,
No.
but it could. I mean, he'll take any championship. He don't care. He just
Right.
wants some gold on his waist. So,
Right.
but yeah, I agree with you.
This next guy we're talking about he has done a fantastic job for somebody that never wrestled before. And he makes a really good heel. He gets heat wherever he goes, every time he opens his mouth, anytime he gets on the internet. But how good is Logan Paul?
Oh, listen, Logan Paul is top tier, man. That guy is a money making machine. He is a genius. He knows the business of entertainment, and he knows how to play it up. I mean, he doesn't care if you boo him or whatever. He's not there to be liked. He's there to make money, and so that's what he's there for. And I tell you, he's done an incredible job. Logan, I mean, even when him and Ricochet first did that, they were in that match and they jumped across, and met in the middle. I was like, oh my word. Logan, since day one that he's come in, has been phenomenal wrestler, and he's gotten even better technical wrestler, wise. And man, I tell you, give it up for Logan Paul because he plays the part, man. He makes you want to hate him,
Yeah.
and he's always pulling stunts, so he knows how to play the part for sure, and he is good whether you like it or not. Logan Paul is definitely a force to be reckoned with.
He's the modern day Nature Boy. Everybody wants to be him. Everybody hates him too. So.
Yeah, and he likes to play dirty, as
Yeah.
well, like trying to bring in speed and, just different people, that he's brought in over time. And again, I like Logan Paul. I think him and his brother, or Jake even, are geniuses, man. They know how to sell stuff. They know how to come in and work the business. They've got a great business mind, and they don't just take fights to take fights. They're strategic. That's what makes a great, A-lister. Strategic.
Yes.
Roman's strategic, in who he fights. So, again, that's what makes a great, A-lister, in wrestling. So, my hat's off to Logan Paul for sure.
Now, I was listening to Busted Open After Dark last night. Tommy Dreamer, he was just, throwing Logan a bunch of love. He's like, I would love to see him with a manager. Not that he needs a manager, because he's good on the mic. He's good, but somebody to throw more heat, even more heat, like when Logan takes the referee to the corner and he can't see it, and, the manager, starts choking out or hits his opponent with something, just to add extra heat to it. And I would think that would be pretty cool if they ever did put a manager with them. Just something to think about.
Well, I mean, Logan, as much as you like to see him with a manager, he's great on the mic.
Right.
I mean, do you really need a manager?
He wouldn't need a manager for that, but
right, yeah. I mean,
so extra heat, though. Extra heat.
Well, I mean, the only person that you could go get would be, if he ever wanted to work with him, would be, Paul Heyman.
Right. And that's off the table.
Yeah, I mean, that would be the only guy that Logan would have to, get, in order to get that kind of heat, from anybody. I mean, can you imagine, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and I'm here to represent the greatest showman ever, Logan Paul. So, so you could definitely, again.
Let's bring Jim Cornette back too.
Yeah, buddy. I don't know. Logan probably knocked Jim out.
It probably would, but that'd be fun to watch too, though.
Yeah, I'll bring back Jimmy Hart. Come on, baby. I want to tell you something. You're the best.
All right. Well, this Friday night on Valentine's Day, everybody's going to be taking their wives out to some romantic dinner. Let me tell you what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be watching that SmackDown. Because that SmackDown is to be off the chains Friday night. Or I might have to watch it Saturday on a recording, but I'm hoping to watch it Friday night. But did you hear the matches that we got going on for Friday night SmackDown?
Yeah, who do we have Friday night?
All right, Friday night we got Tiffy Time. Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax for the World Championship.
That's going to be a great matchup, but
yes,
I see somebody interfering, with that match.
Yeah.
So I don't see Tiffy, losing that belt until
Mm, till
possibly
Mania.
WrestleMania, with
Yeah.
Charlotte. So
And we got women's elimination qualifier match. We got Naomi versus one of my favorites, Chelsea Green.
yeah, I don't see. I don't see Chelsea Green winning this, and the reason being, she's already got kind of a belt, so what would be the point?
Right.
Naomi does pretty good in the Elimination Chamber. I think she's been in it before, if I'm not mistaken. So she's a high flyer. She'll get up on the top, like they normally do, above the cage and, do something crazy. But yeah, I see Naomi winning that, for sure.
Yep. And the match I'm looking forward to is Jacob Fatu, Braun Strowman, and Damian Priest. That is going to be a monster match. And it's an Elimination Chamber qualifying match.
Yeah, the only thing that would make this better, Nick, if Bronson Reed showed up. I mean, really.
Yes.
That would be like the four monsters, That'd be almost like the apocalypse or something,
Oh, yeah.
Those four beasts going at it,
And they would have to make the ring fall if
Oh,
that happened.
man, yes. I mean, you got, again, Damian Priest, holds his own, Braun. Braun's out for blood. You know what he said. You should have killed me, because it's going to be a war. And, I kind of hate that they're kind of taking away from Jacob versus, Braun a little bit. But I get it. I understand it, from a standpoint of the Elimination Chamber, qualifying match. But, man, I'm telling you, that's going to be an epic match. Please.
Also think they really like Priest, and they really want to get a little spotlight shined on him too. They don't want people to forget about him.
Yeah, I mean and it is a qualifying match, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I feel like I feel like Priest could come out and win this, and the reason being because the heat between Braun and Jacob will be, they'll beat each other up so much that leaves Priest for the taking. It's like they'll take each other out and he lays across both of them and he pins both of them. That's my prediction. Spoiler alert.
All right, you're taking DP.
I'm taking DP.
And I'm taking Jacob. Only reason I'm thinking WWE really wants to. They're really starting to push him, so they want to see him in that Elimination Chamber. Just see
absolutely.
what he does.
Yeah, he'll probably win, but I like DP to win. Especially you got Drew in there. They've got heat.
Right.
So in the past, so I'd like to see that. More. Again, I'd love to see Jacob in there as well. He would go crazy in that chamber. So,
yes.
But I don't see Braun winning that. But one of those two. But I'd like to see Damian Priest come out with a win for sure.
Gotcha. All right. We told y'all all to stay tuned, and for two guys that's been married a little bit, we know a little about romance, and we're here to help our fellow wrestlers out. And I want y'all to remember, romance ain't just for one day a year. The tip I'm going to give you, you can use every week. Y'all feel me? You feel me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, I'm going to throw some good stuff out here for my fellow wrestler fans.
Come on with
it. This isn't for Valentine's Day. It's for every day of the week and the year. Every Monday, you tell your wife you're going to have a Netflix and chill night, kind of night. You order a pizza, and tell her to relax after she puts the kids to bed and gets the dishes washed and the laundry done and all that good stuff, you know. But you throw it on Netflix about 7:55, 8 o'clock, and you watch a little Monday Night Raw every Monday. That's a good Netflix and chill. And
I like it.
That's romance.
That's it.
I mean,
That's it.
If your woman does not like that type of romance, you might want to find you somebody else. I'm telling you, fellas, you'll be thanking me. You'll be going on Facebook. You're gonna be going on YouTube. You can be like, this man really saved my marriage here by telling me about Netflix and chill on Monday nights at 8 o'clock.
Well, Nick, I hear you, but with Valentine's Day being on Friday,
You can do it at SmackDown.
Yeah, I would say this: if you want the yeet down, tune into the SmackDown. So you got to tune into SmackDown for sure. On Friday, get you something real nice, dress up real nice and shiny, and and watch SmackDown because it's definitely going to be great this Friday. And that's my advice to you. You want it, or if your lady don't like wrestling, and if you want a beat down, then tune into SmackDown. How about that? So you want a yeet down, or you want to, or if you want to beat down, turn into SmackDown. How about that? So that's
go.
our advice. But choose wisely. How about that, Nick? Choose wisely.
That's it. Well, before we get off here, if you don't mind, just click that like button and that subscription button and hit that notification bell where you can hear more nonsense that we talk about every day. And we are out of here. And shout out to Wayne.
Yes, Wayne. You know who you are.